Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I greet you all in the name of Jesus. I'm a part of a prison outreach network, which I've been doing now for, I don't even know, I keep saying I don't know, for about 9 years, must be about 8-9 years I've been doing prison outreach network. I'm an ex-prisoner. I grew up in Hackney. I'm 43 years old, so I'm, 70s kid. I grew up in the 70s and early 80s. I was on the street. Grew up in Hackney. Come from a large family. And I don't know, for those that are, old enough to know, them times was very, very different from now. Even when I speak to some people, that, London was very different from now. There's a lot of tension, there's a lot of racism, there's a lot of, everything was more. I think it's got better now than it is now. So there's a singer that said that circumstances make you what you are. Was you born a violent man? No. You wasn't born a thief or a robber, or, circumstances make you like that. And I could say that when I was growing up, my parents was first generation, come from Jamaica, and I was growing up in London. There was basically no black role models, positive that I saw. Most of the people that I saw that was role models for me were the pimps, the drug dealers. Them guys used to drive like nice BMW cars. Used to have all the women. Used to be, really big in the nightclub and very, very popular guys. And I wanted to be like that. I wanted to have a nice BMW car. I wanted to wear the latest fashion clothes. I wanted to, to make it. So from a young age, me and my brothers, from a young age, we was stealing. I can't remember when I first started to steal, but I started to steal from when I was about 6-7 years old. I was bullied at school. Then as I got more confident, I became a bully. I used to charge children to come to school. I used to have my boys, I used to have a little gang, and we used to, I used to have 2 boys stand up at the gate, and at that time 5 pence was a lot of money. And they had to pay 5 pence to come to school. If you didn't pay your 5 pence, you wasn't coming to school that day. And then you was subject to the truant officers on the road. So the guys used to pay their 5 pence. I used to steal, from, me and my little brothers. There was 4 of us. 2 of us used to go out one night, the other 2 used to go out the other night. And I'm telling you, we used to rob schools. We used to, I robbed a church once, and I didn't even realize it was a church. Because it had a bar at the bottom, and and I think I went up and prayed. I was so ashamed that we robbed this church, but we already robbed it. I couldn't give back what we already robbed. But we used to steal from shops. I used to shoplift. Then I used to do street robberies. Then I progressed from street robberies to I used to do burglaries. We used to rob shops. We used to hold up shops, go into shops and hold up shops. In Hackney, I used to steal cars. We used to steal and joyride cars. I don't think there's anything that I haven't done. And then we used to buy these, I used to remember these, I don't know if anybody remember them, they used to be these gat guns. If you remember those pushing gat guns, I used to buy them up in Muswell Hill, so I used to be the only one so I used to buy these guns and sell them to kids at school. They were very sort of powerful sort of air guns. And then, because the law was different then to guns now, we used to have, they said, oh, you could get even more powerful guns from America. So I used to send off for these guns in America and sell them to people. And we used to snipe people, we used to shoot police cars, smash out the window, make them crash on the road. We used to shoot buses, shoot birds, shoot anything that just snipe from the window, shoot dogs, cats, birds, anything. And it would kill the birds, it would kill the cats, kill the dogs, if at close range. And then after I got into selling drugs because one of my friends, his dad used to be a drugs dealer, and he used to have loads of weed in his house, and he said, Terry, I could get some. That one was about 14. He said, we could get this weed. So he said, all I used to do, just £5. I said, you give me £5 and I get as much as I can. So he used to get this drug, so I used to sell weed at school. I got caught when I was about 15 and got into really serious trouble. But I continued to sell drugs. I used to sell cocaine, not so much. I used to sell more what they call ecstasy now. I used to call it blues and purple pills at the time. We used to sell. I used to sell loads of those. I used to sell downers. I used to sell hash, anything that I could get my hands on. I used to sell it. And then me and my friend got into armed robbery. Then we started to deal with real guns. I got into real guns, and then I used to set up places that I used to work in. That's why sometimes I'm very paranoid who I let into my house, because I used to do inside jobs, go and work in a place, see what money they take, and then get my friends to go and rob the place. And then, you know, I used to hold people up. I used to, if anybody want to pay me to go and beat anybody up, I used to do it. You know, all of those sort of things. A friend of mine's, a girlfriend, it wasn't a girlfriend of mine, it was a friend's girlfriend. She went to an ex-boyfriend's house once, and he raped her, basically. He raped the girl, and the one thing I hate is rape. I don't like rapists or pimps. I hated rapists and pimps. And she came and she was saying that her ex-boyfriend raped her. So me and my friend went to this guy's house, went to shoot him, basically. I had a sawn shotgun. I went down his house to shoot the guy, to rob him and shoot him. And when I got to the guy's house, we got down to the guy's house, held up the guy was crying and all that, saying he's sorry, all the rest of it. And I was determined I'm going to shoot him. And then all of a sudden his father came in the room, because he lived in like a big house. His dad lived upstairs and he lived downstairs. And his dad came in the room and he's saying that if you're going to shoot my son, you're going to shoot, you have to shoot me. And I didn't want to shoot the dad. And I thought to myself, I wouldn't like, I'm a father now, and I wouldn't like somebody to shoot and then I used to think, I used to have a bit of morals. And I said to myself, I wouldn't like, and I was just saying to myself, I want to shoot this guy, but I can't shoot this guy in front of his dad. So I was saying to the dad, trying to get the dad to get out of the room so that we could shoot this guy. And the dad wouldn't leave, and he said, you're going to have to shoot me, you're going to have to shoot me. If you're going to shoot my son, you're going to have to shoot me. And my friend was going, shoot him, just shoot him. And I said, no, brother, I can't. You know, I'm going to shoot him, but I ain't going to shoot him. And he said, no. I said, no, I can't do it. I can't shoot the guy. So we just really just beat the guy up and we left. Now, me and my friends, you know, we should have shot the guy, we should have shot him. I said, no, brother, you know, let the guy live. We just warn him to leave London, say he's, you know, leave London. So, I mean, I got into all of that sort of things. I was in a gang. We used to go parties. We used to, you know, when we used to go to the countryside, and in the countryside, you know, these small towns, Aylesbury and Buckinghamshire, and places like that, and Cambridge and places like that. And when you're from London, all these guys are frightened of you, so you could go up there and you used to get loads of girls, because if you're from London, it was a novelty, you're from London. And we used to go to parties, we used to take over systems, we used to beat all the guys up. We used to do we used to run the towns, then we used to take over all the drugs. So you're not selling no drugs, we're gonna sell the drugs in the town now, everything comes from us. You know, we used to do all of those sort of things. And then, you know, I got into fights where I've been chopped, stabbed, with the guy nearly chopped my hands off with a machete. I've seen people shot. I've seen people killed in front of me. A guy got shot up right in front of me, and they shot my car up. They wasn't shooting me, they were shooting after these guys. The guy died right in front of me. I've seen people stabbed. I've seen people chopped. You know what I mean? But you know, one day I found Christ. You know, I was in my 20s, and how I came to the Lord is I'm a chef by trade. And I'm allowed to carry knives with me, you know, all times, you know. I think I'm only legal to carry knives. And I was coming on from work. I did a lot of agency work, and I was coming on from work in the West End, and I went to this pub to have a drink. And I can't drink much. I could smoke much, but I can't drink much. If I drink too much, I get very violent. And when I get violent, I'll fight anybody. I'll take on, I don't care how much people there is, I'll just fight anybody, you know what I mean? And I went to this, came out of this pub, and I went to go and get into this small nightclub. And when I went to go and get into this small nightclub, the girls at the door said to me, no, you're not going to come in here drunk, you're not going to come in. And I just lost it. And I started to hit the I don't know if I hit the girl, I can't remember if I hit the girl, but I hit the bounce of the door, and I started to fight the guy, turn over the table. And then the guy threw me outside, and I don't know where these three guys came from, but these three guys came to me and said to me, am I looking for trouble? And I said to them, well, in a matter of fact, yes, I am actually looking for trouble. I said, I am trouble. And at that time, I said, I said, I'm going to carve you up right now. And I remember taking one of my knives out to stab this guy, and I can't remember anything after that.